Jordan, how many cups of coffee do you drink a day?
4.
Brian, what about you?
I'm like in the 6 range.
6 range. Yeah, I'm about there too. I'm about at 6. That's actually down from what I used to be though. I used to be like a whole French press plus like a whole nother French press in the afternoon type of guy. So when I say I'm particular about coffee beer, it's because I really love coffee. It was my first love before I ever got into craft beer, before I became a beer snob or whatever. I was a coffee snob. My dad would go to breweries and I would go to coffee shops until I was legally able to drink, of course. So anyways, when I say that the Pryes Peace Coffee Stout, it's called the Peace Offering, is an exciting beer to me, it's because I love both coffee and beer. So let's check this now, crack into it, and see if it's got that coffee flavor that I'm looking for. Nose on this beer has that exact cold press smell that you kind of like getting in a coffee shop in the middle of the afternoon, you're smelling the cold press, you really need that coffee to kind of power you through your afternoon. That's what this beer reminds me of smell-wise. There's also a little bit of that dark chocolate character, but it's kind of like one of those high percentage, super bitter dark chocolates. It's not a lot of sweetness to this beer. It's got a nice dry finish, which makes it kind of addictive, just like a good cold press would be. You can, just like a cold press too, you can finish it in a good like 3 or 4 sips if you're not careful, and it could both help your afternoon out or mess your afternoon up depending on how you're going with it. I've drank a lot of Peace Coffee's Yeti cold press blend over the years, and this tastes almost exactly like that. It's a real ringer for it. You can tell that there was a lot of attention to detail paid in the way that they put this beer together, and I think one of the most successful things that they did here is they drilled down to a specific type of coffee. They went for cold press. They didn't just say coffee beer. They said, we're trying to mimic a specific coffee flavor. And I think that's kind of important when you're doing a coffee beer. The more that you can pinpoint certain flavors of coffee that you're trying to reproduce, the better chance you have of actually reproducing those flavors rather than ending up with a beer that's like sour, watery, just not what you would want out of a great coffee beer. I think a perfect location to drink this beer would be you're making some brunch at your house maybe, or you're going out once it's safe to do so again, maybe getting breakfast at your favorite spot around town. Ordering one of these will definitely help kick your morning off in the right way. If this beer were a Denny's breakfast menu item, I'm thinking it would be the chicken fried steak because it's a niche flavor, but if you love it, then you really love it. I love coffee ice cream, and I think that this beer would make an awesome base for a coffee flavored ice cream. So the Twin Cities ice cream shops, if you're paying attention, get this beer into ice cream format because it would be delicious. You want to see me get super caffeinated and try to review more beers, head over to our YouTube channel and make sure you're subscribed there so when we release a new video, you're getting a notification. And also make sure you're subscribed to our email newsletters. Once a week, we're going to be compiling all these reviews and sending them straight to your inbox. You can do that at beerdabbler.com. I'm going to enjoy this beer and then I'm probably going to have another coffee too. Cheers.